Hey, what's up, y'all? So, one of the most controversial games in 2025, the most controversial game probably since Hogwarts Legacy, is Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's been a lot of discourse surrounding this game, a lot of hate. A lot of people already want to hate this game. A lot of people are hoping to hate this game. A lot of people want this game to fail. Some because of the controversy, some because of how Ubisoft has been recently. I'm in the ones that I don't care about any of that. I don't care about controversy. I don't care about what company's making it. All I care is, are they making a good game? That is it. So the reviews have dropped, and the consensus is pretty good. It's getting a generally favorable review score according to Metacritic right here. So let's go to this right here. NEM gives it a 100 out of 100. Well, technically a 10 out of 10. I'm just going to actually make this as 10. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the series refresh badly needed after Valhalla, showcasing a huge technical and visual upgrade alongside a new gameplay blueprint. A fantastic story of well-developed characters ground the game in a believable era of Japan that is fun to explore. It confidently sets the standard for the next games in the franchise. VG says, there are problems with Assassin's Creed Shadows for sure, but it's so fun to play. It's telling a gripping story, and there is so much sense of progress and reward for every little thing that you do that it actually feels like an open world game that's taking its cues from a modern roguelike or something. That's a very good sign to feel like you're progressing through the story. Whatever. That's the one thing with like open world games. Sometimes it feels like you're essentially just going to mission, nothing really happening. But when you feel that sense of accomplishment, when you're completing the mission, that's huge. That's not only makes it fun to play, but also can motivate you to continue even further. Every action has meaning, and the breadcrumbs that tempt you to clean up all the icons on the map are Moorish. Moorish? Interesting. Okay. This may be one of the biggest Assassin's Creed games ever made, but it also feels like the most well put together. That's a very good sign. Guardian. Few others have done such a good job with its setting as you run through the lush bamboo forest before scaling ancient castle walls and sneak inside to steal treasures. These moments of brilliance more than compensate for its weaker points. That's good. Okay. With Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft has finally delivered on the feudal Japan setting fans have always wanted. However, some elements have been left behind in the wake of the modernization of Assassin's Creed. Checkpoint Gaming. Assassin's Creed Shadow is another notch in the belt of this illustrious series. Sneaking and stabbing as Naoe, or dueling foes in honorable combat as Yasuke, the dual protagonists are a genius addition to all the things we love about Assassin's Creed. Even though I haven't gelled with more of the more recent huge open world Assassin's Creed titles, I leave my time with Assassin's Creed Shadows with a renewed excitement for the series thanks to more manageable map size and a great story. Add in a beautiful backdrop and medieval Japan throughout the seasons, and you've got a hit. Yeah, a lot of people seem to really enjoying this. Look at all these tens and nines. Okay, Game Hub. At the end of the day, it's a game about killing, but here death and beauty are linked, and the act of killing is giving a gravity that must be clearly understood. It's killing for the sake of killing. And while past games have tried the same tact in their depictions of death, the approach of Assassin's Creed Challenge is far more mature and interesting. Okay. Um, let's go to where's IGN? I think IGN gave it an 8. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of 85s, a lot of 90s. I'm not going to be through all this, of course. Okay, actually, Game Radar. They give it an 8 out of 10. Assassin's Creed Shadows thrives on boldness. Its dual protagonists improve on the series' stealth-driven roots and modern RPG leanings, though they're let down by a vague story that fails to make full use of either character. Okay, so that's a little bit different. This person still had a lot of fun with it, but the others praised the story. This one did not. It seems to be one of the downsides to this game for this one person. Um, push square. While Assassin's Creed Shadows is unlikely to win over those who struggle to push through Odyssey or Valhalla, that actually scared me. The more I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I was a big Assassin's Creed fan, but Odyssey and Valhalla kind of is the one that kind of pushed me away from the franchise. But anyway, this is still one of the strongest overall entries of the series and arguably the best open world RPG bunch. The storytelling is largely fantastic. Okay, this person liked the story. The main characters are deeply likable, and the open world itself is a thing of beauty. The first sentence kind of gets me a little bit nervous, but you know, I do like that they have some. It seems like this game is going to have you have an option of different play styles, whether it's the older Assassin's Creed or the newer ones. Okay, IGN, there we go. By sharpening the edges of its existing systems, Assassin's Creed Shadows creates one of the best versions of the open world style it's been holding for the last decade. Okay, so one of my biggest problems with the recent Assassin's Creed is it feels, and really Ubisoft as a whole, it's a beautiful open world. That's come to expect it. The graphics are beautiful. Everything about it is just beautiful. But it also feels kind of overbloated. It's a beautiful world with so much to do and nothing to do at the same time. As weird as that sounds, it's the best way I could explain it. So to hear that not only is it an interesting world, not only is it beautiful, but doesn't it feels like there's more to do and it's more fun to do. That's kind of the thing that I'm kind of getting by some of these reviews. And there's different playstyles as well. PlayStation Universe. Assassin's Creed Shadows is almost the best game across the long-running franchise. As a beautiful game to look at the whole way through, with strong central characters, solid improvements to exploration, perhaps the best combat and stealth gameplay we've seen in this from the series yet. That's something that gets me very excited. Its strength, however, make it all the more upsetting that poor progression system and elements of bloat still drag the experience down. Still, it's very close to being the best game we've seen in the series, and a true sign that Ubisoft is on the right path to elevating the franchise beyond its original peaks. Okay, this person seemed to like it, but also said something that has been something that I've not liked in the previous Assassin's Creed, as I was saying before, is that it feels bloated. It feels like there's so much to do. Also, it feels like in the end, it doesn't really matter what you do and when you do it. And it just it feels like it's overwhelming to do, but also it feels like, how do I explain it? But it also feels like it also feels like that, it doesn't feel like it's not fun to do it. It's basically, okay, let's go get some negative ones. PlayStation Lifestyle. There's certainly room for improvement when it comes to its presentation and performance, but it's hard to deny that Assassin's Creed Shadow does so much so well, from its wonderful realized world to its wealth of engaging quests and distractions. There's plenty to enjoy here, regarding of whether you've fallen off the franchise in recent years. Um, it seemed like this person actually enjoyed it, even though they gave it a 7 out of 10. Maybe the overall experience wasn't as they didn't enjoy their experience as the other ones. Okay, let's get to this one right here. Dual Shockers. What did they not like about this game? Assassin's Creed Shadows is a bloated collection of uninspired quests that quickly turn to a repetitive, boring grind. While the art and history team deserves recognition for their efforts, it's all unfortunately wasted on a narrative that goes nowhere. Is poorly explained and has no satisfying resolutions. None of the changes and tweaks that Ubisoft brought to the table move the needle, and the game is ultimately more frustrating than it is fun. This is a game that desperately needed to succeed, and instead collapses under its own weight. Future Assassin's Creed releases need to innovate instead of being yet another rehash of games we've already played in different locations. There are other open world games in similar settings that are more worthy of your time. Okay, so clearly this person did not like it at all. They wanted and sounded like they wanted and expected to hear more of an more of an evolution of the franchise, which seems like it's kind of like a little bit in between since you get to choose different characters. Okay, so I kind of want to give you my experience with the Assassin's Creed franchise. So when they first announced the very first Assassin's Creed, I was so excited for this game. We never saw graphics look anything like this game. The gameplay looked fun. It looked like something new and different. And when I got it, it actually ended up being one of my most disappointing games of that year. I thought it was fun for a few hours, and then I got bored. So I didn't. I still to this day have not completed the first Assassin's Creed. Then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and I loved it. That gave me exactly what I was hoping the first Assassin's Creed would give me. It was fun. It was the missions were had great variety. I love the stealth mechanics. I love the combat, and I loved Assassin's Creed 2, all the way up to Black Flag. Those were my favorites, and that's when around the PS4 era is when I started to fall off just a bit, and then I really started to fall off after like Origins and Odyssey of Valhalla. Although I did play Mirage, and I actually kind of like Mirage. So this one, I do like what I'm hearing so far. I am cautiously optimistic. I'm not gonna buy it at the full 69.99, but I will do 1 month of that Ubisoft Connect for 17.99 and play it right there. And I feel that a month of that is enough for me to determine on if I like it or not. And if I like it, I'll probably beat it within that month. But if I don't like it, it doesn't really matter. So, and thankfully, I didn't spend buy it at full price. So, what are your thoughts? Are you now excited for it? Are you more excited for this? Is this exactly like what you thought it was going to be? Does this exceed your expectations on what the reviews were going to be? Let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully, it's a good game. Hopefully, we all end up enjoying this. And then we'll see. We'll see in a couple days. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. And hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye.